Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful day. We're going to be doing our most awaited lovers in separation. I do this a few times a week, and what we do is we look at those who are in separation from their person. It's a collective read, so things may or may not resonate with you. You got to take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So if you're in a separation from your person, whether that's your love interest, whether that's your supposed twin flame, whether that's your soulmate, your divine counterpart, however you want to label it, what we're going to do is we're going to read the collective energies for all those who are in separation with their person at this now moment. And we are going to see what the energies are, because what we do is we read energies, we see what's available to you, how can we best get to the energies that we need to allow for the best outcome of the manifestations that we want. So with that, let's look at what the first card is. Spirit, what is the first card you want to tell us about the collective that is in separation? So this this read here, Spirit is telling me this is for people who consider themselves twin flames. Now just remember, twin flames is a label. It is nothing more than that. People with twin flame contracts many times are what we call handlers. These are people meant to keep you stuck, keep you looping, keep you stuck in a space where you're not able to connect to yourself. And so what you need to do is you need to focus on connecting yourself enough to know whether this person is really the person that you're meant to be with, or whether this is a handler that is um, assigned to you to keep you stuck. And you guys have deep contracts with that. So only you can tell that. Nobody else can tell you that. That's something you have to discern for yourself. So let's see what other energies are there. Just keep an open mind and always set the focus to connect to self, because self always knows the answers. So with that, let's see what else Spirit wants to give us with the space of love for today. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And remember, this is a collective reading. This is not a personal reading. You can reach out if you're looking for a personal reading on your own situation. It's at silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com. Beware, there's a few imposters out there trying to trying to be me. They can't because I only do my big reads on camera. So I'd love to see them get on camera and pretend to be me. So beware. Make sure you're looking at the only Silver Fox Spiritual spelled correctly, like it is on the screen. So with that, Spirit saying the power of love is like a magnet drawing souls together, right? And we all know that. The more you have love for yourself, the more you are actually attracting that love that you want. But you have to find the love within yourself first. You know, if you really want to consider a true twin flame, it's you and yourself, because you are your best love. Your soul is preparing to reconnect. So there is something in the offing here uh, for you to connect to yourself. Spirit is sending you signs, lots and lots of signs. But Spirit's saying, make sure that you have some proper boundaries. And I'm going to move this up to the top here, and we're going to explain the spread, because this is a very different spread. This is one that I'm the only one I know that uses this spread. It's one I came up with for myself, because I deal with energies. I don't deal with stories. I don't care about the stories. What I care about is, how do you heal? How do you get to the place that you want to be, to get to the love that you want? And Spirit says, dream that big dream, right? It's coming, and it can come, but you have to connect to yourself first. Reconnect to your soul, reconnect to yourself, because as you reconnect to yourself, you reconnect to love, because you are love. And as you reconnect to love, of course, you're going to attract even more love externally. And that's where we want to be. We want to be in that place of being in love, so that what's truly meant for us, not the toxic uh, connection that we would get once we're sitting somewhere at a less healed vibration. Spirit, that's way too many chords. I'm not taking this many. We are going to leave that one, and we're going to reshuffle. So Spirit, give me what else is going on within this connection that is in separation. So Spirit, remember, we're going to try to keep this doable within 15 or so minutes. So let's try not to spill everything out. There we go. That's enough. All right, so let's see what we have here going on for the collective right now. And remember, if you're looking for your own personal reading, I generally do them on Thursdays and on Sundays. There are some slots still left for this week, so definitely book if you're interested. They range anywhere from $10 to $60, depending upon the read. Full reading is done through Zoom, where you're able to interact fully, ask questions, spin on a dime, and it comes with a light language healing at the end for whatever we discover. So, for many of you, right, this is a new phase. You're going to be moving into that phoenix phase, burning from the ashes, but that only comes when we connect to ourselves, because many of us are still heartbroken, right? Spirit saying we're sabotaging ourselves over and over again. And why are we doing that? We have to look within, we have to connect to self and find out what it is that we need to heal in order to stop that sabotage, because that's not what we want. We are feeling like there's not enough because whatever that connection was over here, and we're going to explain, let's explain the reading a little bit, the spread, right? This side here is what I call the hamster wheel of karma. This is the stuff that keeps you stuck. And you'll keep looping and looping and looping until you learn to let it go, heal it, release it, and allow for you to connect more to yourself. Over here and here is bridges to how to get to manifestations that you want, which is over here. And in the center, usually the heart is going to show you where you are at this present moment, what your energy looks like. Remember, this is an energy map, and what we're trying to do is get away from this energy that's pulling us back, holding us in karma, holding us in loop, and transitioning ourselves over to the positive manifestations that we want. So I hope that helps you explain the thread here, or the spread here. So with that, let's get back to what we have on the reading here. And so Spirit's saying that a lot of you are sitting here with a lot of outdated thinking, right? And this is what's keeping you stuck in this hamster wheel. I'm going to kind of move it to look like a wheel, and you're stuck, 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 stuck here. But guess what? If you can find your love for yourself, right? Connect to your soul. We have somebody coming in, right? And we saw that already. And that person's going to be coming in with the idea of a commitment. Now, this person may still come in even if you don't do this. I'm going to warn you. But if you don't heal and you don't connect to yourself, what's going to happen is you're going to push that person away. And we don't want to get to that. And that's why we look at what can we do within ourselves? How can we heal ourselves? So when this person, this energy, this soul comes in with the right intent, we're able to recognize it. And let's take a look at what's going on here. All right, so Spirit, show me what else is possible within this connection. And remember, like anything, this is a collective reading. This is not going to be for everybody. There'll be bits and pieces for each person here. However, the more you like, follow, share, subscribe, and interact, the more I can look at the energies a little bit more, read the energies, and be able to get more of your story in here. And if you're looking for a personal one, just reach out. So Spirit's saying, no second chances on this, right? We have to get out of this because all what's going to happen is we're going to keep looping for a lifetime after lifetime, and you don't want to be in that place. Spirit says you're at a crossroads. Do you choose to connect to yourself and get to the place that you want healed, or do you choose to stay back on the wheel, right? Healing is a choice. It is not something that happens magically. No magic server pixie dust, like IBM used to say. There's no magic pixie dust. The solar flares, the portals, they're not going to do shit for you, pardon my French. They're not going to do a thing until you decide. You have to choose. We're in a choice reality. We're all about choices. Everything we do in the now moment is a choice, and every choice begets another choice, which begets another timeline. So things can change on a dime once you choose, but you have to choose to heal, right? Spirit says, get out of the space of the one night stands, the hooking up. This is a loop. It's keeping you stuck. Surrender to yourself. Free yourself from this loop. Because you do have a secret admirer that's sitting up here, waiting in the wings, waiting to come in. Be prepared and be open for that to happen. Don't allow this to keep on screwing you up. Spirit saying trust in the timing, right? And this is one we hate the most, divine timing. It's when when things align. And why does it take time to align? Because we have choices. And every choice we make and every choice our person makes adjusts that timeline every now moment, now moment, now moment, now moment, now moment. Each choice happens. Just the choice to watch this is a now moment choice. And then the choice not to watch it is a now moment choice. Choice to believe, choice to not believe. Spirit saying, it's time for you to really believe in yourself, believe in the timing for yourself. Be honest with yourself of who you truly are, not who you think you are, who society is telling you to be, because this is what's keeping you stuck. You really got to get in and know yourself to find your own truth, and only you can know it because everybody else sees you from their perspective. Even though it may be their truth, it may not be yours. You need to find your truth. So let's see what's blocking us right now in this love connection, because again, this is a healing channel. We focus on the healing aspect of it. How do we get to the place we want to be? And there's only one way to do that, and it's to work on self. Nobody else can do your work for you. You have to choose. Now you can get guides, you can have, people like myself where we do card reads, the light language healing, we can guide you. But you have to choose. You can't just sit there and say, oh, it's just happening because it's a sunny day out, or there was a solar flare, or I saw the aurora, or it's the 4-4 portal, or the 5-5 portal. That's just nonsense. Why the portals work is because of the collective manifestation capability, where if you choose to believe, and belief is what is causing everything to work, then things can happen for you, but you really have to choose to heal, not just to believe. You have to believe you can heal. So Spirit, what is going on? Show me what is blocking. And so we got two cards right away. So the two biggest blocks that a lot of this collective who are watching right now are having in getting to this love is rejection, right? A lot of you feel that you keep on getting rejected over and over again. It's a self-worth issue. And so what we need to do is we need to go in and heal that abandonment and rejection wound, because when we're interacting, and again, potentially with these people that are meant to come in and, have a good connection with us, we have good soul contracts with them, we get rejected. Why? Because we're coming in trauma bound. And so we have to work on ourselves to heal ourselves enough so that when they do come in, we're not pushing them away. I have a lot of this on Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube, a lot of healings in light language for abandonment, rejection, inner child wounds. These are kind of things we can work on, because remember, it's always on itself. Self manifests everything you create, your entire reality, and everything good or bad is really you. And that's a hard one to a hard pill to swallow. Most people don't want to swallow that they're creating their own nightmares. They're happy to say they're creating their own manifestations, but when it comes to areas where they're not happy with, that's also their creation. And we're all doing this. It's not just you, it's me, it's everybody. And what we have to do is go in and heal enough so that we're inside of our subconscious, that we can actually manipulate the subconscious and be in concert with the subconscious, so that we're manifesting what we want, not manifesting trauma. And our subconscious does 99.9% of all of our manifestations. So we have to really get back in charge of that subconscious. And the next part is too much, right? You tell everybody everything about you. The image that comes to my mind is most of you people are going to be too young to know this, but the Ralph Cramden in the Honeymooners, and he's telling his wife, "You're a blabbermouth," right? And because you're like a brain dump, you're telling him everything there is about your life in 3 seconds or less. You don't even take a breath, and they run away like, "Oh shit, this person's got more issues than Time Magazine." And so we gotta kind of slow down, allow things to organically build and develop with time. Speak, then listen, speak, then listen, have an interaction, not a reaction, right? And so hopefully that helps with those who are finding this in themselves. And remember, it is a collective read, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So now we kind of know where our blocks are starting. Let's see what advice our higher selves want to give us at this now moment on how do we get out of that trap? How do we start healing? What things can we focus on in this now moment to allow for this date, this person with a commitment come in. And Spirit, what do we have? Okay, Spirit gave us a couple cards here. And a lot of people ask me, who who am I talking to when I talk to Spirit? I'm talking just to myself. I channel myself. That's the only thing that is worth channeling because yourself is the only one that really knows the answers. Get away from externals. Get away from galactics, angels, guides. They're just nothing more than a distraction. Dragons, and I used to channel dragons, all that stuff. It's just they're a distraction. Get away from it. Connect to yourself. Everything else will uh, come from yourself because yourself will tell you the truth. So for many of you, Spirit's giving you a 30-day challenge and saying, hey, look, challenge yourself to do better. Don't set limits on your potential. Don't work small. Get out of this area here, right? How do you do that? Start seeing the beauty in what is available to you, even if your life is just falling apart. Maybe there's a good cup of coffee you got, or somebody bought you some French fries at McDonald's, right? I don't know, or a nice piece of chocolate, beautiful flower that you see, or maybe there's a ladybug out there that's so pretty. Appreciate something, find something, whatever it is, and whatever that, maybe it's the biggest poop in the world you've ever had, and it was so good. I don't care. Find the beauty in something. And last but not least, give less F's. And I'm going to really hold this one up. So why do we want to do this? Stop trying to be who everybody else believes you need to be, who tells you what you should be, who you think you should be. Be who you are truly. And how do we do that? By being one with self. We truly get to know ourselves, which takes time, and being okay with being yourself alone without having to worry about fear of missing out or anything else. So that's where you want to be. When you're in this space, this is all going to start to come, and you're going to know it because it's going to happen in timing, right? Divine timing. When you are ready, when you choose, when you get through that crossroads and you decide, hey, it's time. I'm finally ready. I've had enough of this. I'm tired of the roller coaster. I don't want this empty hookups, one night stands. Uh, Always finding out, that one night was it and that was all over again, and run, rinse, repeat back to the hamster wheel. Let's get off that hamster wheel. We all deserve love that is meaningful to us. And we can't look at love to complete us. We have to look at we're complete and whole as ourselves and allow love to come in as kind of like a bonus plan. So, Spirit, give me some timing on this for people because everybody wants to know, the end before the beginning. When. And as I always say, timing is fluid. It changes on a dime. Spirit just gave me a few cards and one fell on the floor. So let's find out what that is. And so timing is fluid. It can change on a dime. It depends on your decisions. So use it as a guideline. Don't use it as an absolute. So when, right? So Spirit's saying just you need to wait. The wish will come true naturally. Why? Because it's on the divine timing. And it depends on your construction, meaning as you start to challenge yourself to connect to self and start healing and release these, then it's going to come in. And Spirit says it's right in front of you, but you need to pay the price. And what is that price? The price is facing yourself and your shadows and integrating them with love. That's the price. And when will that be? That's June, right? For many of you, that can happen in June, provided you choose. Could be next June, could be the June afterwards. Who knows? Because it can change on a dime. But the crossroads are here. Choose. Choose yourself. Choose to heal. Choose to feel. Get yourself off of that hamster wheel. And with that, that is my reading for the collective for today. Please hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow button. Make sure if you are looking for your own reading to reach out to silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com. Make sure you're also not watching some imposter site. I have quite a few hundred videos. I've probably got about, I don't know, 300 videos up here. So look through their profile to see if you're seeing the right one. You're going to see me on a whole bunch of them. And I have two pinned comments, three pinned comments. One of them is my price list, and that's on TikTok for those of you who are watching on TikTok. Luckily, YouTube and Insta, I don't have any imposters yet. It just means that in TikTok I'm getting famous. I'm not really sure how it, 5,000 viewers, but please do like, follow, share, subscribe. Reach out if you're looking for your own reading. Find me on YouTube at Silver Fox Spiritual. That's where all my healing videos are. Many of them are for free. And reach out if you're looking for your own personal healing as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the next live.